Hey guys, how's it going? Just got back from Lake Hamilton down in Arkansas, and I was fishing the FLW BFL down there yesterday, and I was just wanting to kind of walk through some of the different baits that I used in order to catch my fish yesterday down there. So the day started off, my boater, he was fishing in the back of a pocket, and he ended up catching a couple keepers, throwing a wacky rig Senko. And I didn't start off very good on my day. He had 3 keepers before I had anything. And what happened was, after fishing in this pocket for the first couple hours, he made a move, pulled up on this spot out in the main river channel, just a little flat with some brush piles on it. So we were out there for quite a while. We fished this spot for about 20 minutes. And I was kind of wondering why we were spending so much time on this one spot. I think I even asked him, I said, this must be a pretty good spot, because, we were fishing out there for a while. And I threw just a little bit of everything at him out there. I threw shaky head, threw a couple different crankbaits, throwing a megabass jerkbait. Tried swimming a grub. Couldn't get any bites. And finally, as a last resort, picked up the old Carolina rig. They call this the ball and chain, is what they call this thing here. Because Carolina rig you just take a little bitty weight like that, and you just want to put it above a little swivel with a little bead on it to keep that weight from bumping against the knot there to protect it from scratching your line. And then I actually threw out here with this Carolina rig lizard and caught my first keeper of the day. It was like a 14-inch spotted bass. And that bite was really important because that one fish clued me in on a lot of what I needed to be doing throughout the whole day, in order to catch a limit. So after I catch this fish off this spot, we decided to leave, and he wants to go fish a pocket. So we run across the lake and we go to this pocket, and back there in this pocket, he's still pretty much focused in on skipping a little wacky rig Senko up around the docks. Because he caught a couple fish in the morning doing that. But what I happened to notice was, in this pocket there was a outhouse up on the bank, and I don't know exactly where those pipes were coming, if they just went right into the water and that's where everything goes. But there's an outhouse up on the bank, and sure enough, there's a couple pipes coming out of this outhouse, and I could see where they came down the bank and into the water. And actually, you could see where the pipes came out on the other side of the cove, the little cove we were fishing in. And so he's up there, fishing these docks, and I'm kind of wondering. I wonder, if those pipes run all the way across the cove there. And I was like, man, that'd be a pretty good spot, for some fish to stage up. So ended up taking, the Carolina rig and slinging it out there in the middle of the pocket, and sure enough, actually got a keeper. And that was the second keeper of the day. It's probably another 14-inch largemouth. Got him in the boat, and fired 2 more casts out there and caught a 15-inch spot and another 14-inch spot. So I had 4 keepers in the boat. Just slinging this Carolina rig out there with a green pumpkin lizard. And what I was running on the main line was 20-pound vicious fluorocarbon, and I had a 12-pound vicious fluorocarbon leader, just on this lizard I had rigged up on a Carolina rig. And I was using a 7-foot heavy Razr rod for my Carolina rig fishing. So, having 4 keepers in the boat when I had such a terrible start to the day, I was feeling pretty good. So my boater, he tied on a Carolina rig because that's what, the majority of the fish were biting. And he was able to finish out his limit. And I still had, only 4 keepers. And we ended up going down this other bank. And he was throwing a crankbait. And what I ended up doing was I ended up taking a 3.8 Kitech because the water was super clear. These baits here are really good in that clear water if you're looking for something. A lot of times that clear water, these fish, they're not going to hit a spinner bait. And, sometimes they won't even hit a crankbait just because it's not the right thing to be doing, for those conditions. So I was swimming this little 3.8 Kitech on a little 1/8 ounce ball head jig. And, You know, I have to admit, my boater, he was really backboating me pretty bad going on this bank because he was throwing a crankbait. And I had no idea I was going to catch my 5th keeper doing this, but we were going on the bank, and he's just paralleling it. You know, the boat's practically on the bank, and you know, we're sitting in about 12 foot of water, even though we're only, you know, a couple feet off the bank. So I just kept throwing the little Kitech up on the bank, and sure enough, you know, about a 13.5-inch spotted bass gobbled it up right at the boat, and so I got my 5th keeper, and you know, I mean, Lake Hamilton's been really tough on me. Last couple times I've been down there. The lake, you know, it sits right outside of Hot Springs, Arkansas, and so it gets a ton of local pressure. And it's one of those lakes where, you know, there's a couple big fish in there, but really, a lot of times it just don't take a whole lot of weight. So my 5 keepers ended up being 8-1. I was right there, just needed one big bite in order to win the tournament. I know the co-angler that won the tournament, he ended up having a little over 13 pounds. And he ended up having one bass that was, I think, over 5. It was like a 5.7 or something for big bass as well. And so, you know, that's the kind of bite you need, you know, in a lake like that to really separate yourself from everybody else. But, you know, the conditions, they were really tough. It was 50 degrees, maybe 49 degrees all day. Poured down rain. We got 4 or 5 inches of rain, probably. I don't know what it was. I mean, it rained all day. We probably got even more than that. But, you know, the bilge pump was constantly going on the boat because we had water coming into the boat. It was raining so hard. And it was just a really, really, really cold, wet, miserable day. Also, I'd like to, you know, take some time to tell you guys about a company called Mad Dog Baits. I just got some baits in from Mad Dog. They do custom painted lures. You guys can check them out. They got a page on Facebook. And I got a couple baits in that I'm going to be, you know, I'm really excited to try here next time I get to go fishing. They got a BD 200, which I really love those little bandit crankbaits like that. And this particular color they got here, it's called Bloodshed. I think that's going to be an awesome color down here on the Ozarks. And they also got a couple different baits. They got a little Spro, Little John knockoff. So anybody that, you know, likes to throw crankbaits, you know how good a bait that Spro Little John is. And I got one in here for Mad Dog Baits, and I can't wait to get out there and give this a whirl. They also got, you know, some Wigglewart knockoffs. You know, everybody knows the power of the Wigglewart here on the Ozarks, so looking forward to giving this a shot. And then I got a couple other baits. They also got a 1.5, and I had these baits doctored up in my own color here. And so, I don't know, I think he's calling this Spencer Green, but I don't know. I'm going to give him a whirl here next couple weeks. Hope to get out and do some fishing. Right now is the time to be on the water. A lot of the bigger fish are moving up. I know a couple of my buddies that live down at Lake of the Ozarks were sending me pictures of giant fish they caught yesterday down there. They're pulling a lot of water. And so, you know, everything's kind of shaping up right now to be the, you know, the perfect timing to get out and catch some big fish. But yeah, anyways, you know, to wrap it up, guys, you know, just happy to get out of Lake Hamilton. Kind of had mixed feelings on the day. You know, I mean, 15th place is great. It's not what you're hoping for, but, you know, it could have been a lot worse. So, you know, just kind of happy with that. I've got, the next tournament I got coming up is the Costa Series tournament down at Santee Cooper. And so I'll be headed there at the end of the month. I got to have a really good finish down there. I want to make that Costa Series championship. So hopefully, you know, I can carry some of this momentum I had from this weekend, you know, and getting a check down in Hamilton and take that over to, you know, Santee Cooper and have a good tournament there. So I'll be sure to give you guys an update on how Santee Cooper goes. Looking forward to it. This weekend, I know the wife and I were doing the MS walk today. I don't know how that's going to go since it's really cold and wet outside today. So we're going to try to give that a whirl. And then, yeah, I'm going to probably spend the rest of the day working on this boat. This boat's getting real close to being, you know, being ready to go. This week I'm going to get a trolling motor put on it. I'm going to probably get that Ultrex 112 put on here because, you know, a lot of people, you just don't understand, you know, a lot of these guys are running these real brand new boats, but they got like a little 80 pound thrust trolling motor on there. And, you know, that might be fine for the way that you fish or the style that you fish. But I'm going to tell you right now, having more power when you're fishing is never a bad thing. Because there's going to be days like yesterday where you got 20-mile-an-hour wind, you know, pouring down rain. And, you know, you're going to have to hold on the main lake points if you want to catch fish. And, you know, you're not going to be able to do that all day when you got just a little 80-pound thrust trolling motor on your boat. So I'm going to be getting that in, and going to be doing some, you know, little last-minute fix-ups on the boat. I got some electrical wiring I got to take care of, but you know, I'm hoping to have this boat out pretty soon and be doing some fishing. So until next time, guys, take it easy, and hopefully Sandy Cooper is going to be a good one. So stay tuned.